No. I don't want to get distracted by things.
Dad distracted.
I remember that.
That was a thing. Do you remember?
I do. I have it in my phone for next year when all those...
When we need the nuclear codes?
Yeah, when we need the nuclear codes. I actually heard from Studebaker, as you call him, today.
Oh, wow.
Well, the company he works for, right?
Right.
Is tangentially involved with news organizations, you know?
Right.
And you'll get to be in, Todd, on the world famous scoopin' and boopin', as it were.
Oh, I love to be on the ground floor of scooping and booping.
Yes. So it's one of those things where I'd woke up this morning and I'm like mindlessly checking my phone to see what's going on, and I'm like, oh, Rock's been named to the board of directors to TKO, which is the parent company of World Wrestling Entertainment and the UFC.
Okay.
It's an interesting way to start the day. I put my phone down. I go start my coffee. I go take my shower. I come out, and my phone is blown up because in between like the 20 minutes that it took to take my shower, they had also announced that starting next year, Monday Night Raw is going to be exclusively on Netflix.
Right. I met DJ today.
Oh, yes.
And DJ told me this, and I went, good. Another reason for me to get rid of Netflix.
So because Studebaker is involved with releasing news information to the world, he had sent me that. Like, he was one of the people. And I go, this is what happens when I take a shower. All this stuff happens. And he goes, right. The lesson is?
Don't take a shower.
There you go.
Well, I mean, you take your shower once a year, whether you need it or not. So.
Right. No, I'm good for like once every other day. I might skip a day on the weekends, or I might pick up an extra day during the summer when it's extra sweaty out, you know?
I take, on the average, 1.5 showers a day.
All right.
I mean, I take my one every morning when I get up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then depending on what I do for the day, I'll take one. You know what I mean? Like if I'm working hard, then I'll be like, all right, I want to take another one. Or in the summer, like you said, the numbers might be skewed. I might take 3 showers in a day because I'll be like, all right, I did something outside and I'm hot. Even if I don't think I'm, ripe, I'll just go in the shower with water on cool because I don't have a pool or anything. You know what I mean? It'll just be like, let me get that, heat off me, and I'll just kind of more or less not get clean, but get cool in the shower, and I'll go like lay in the air conditioning and pray for pneumonia, But I'm not a big, like I do, like I'm a big shower. I don't even have a bathtub, so there's no ability to take a bath in my house. I just have the shower stall.
I gotcha. I'd love to get that, but too many people in this house still like taking baths.
Right. I like playing boat in the tub with as much as the next guy, but I can't anymore. So
no. You said you'll be canceling your Netflix just so you don't accidentally run into any World Wrestling Entertainment.
Right. Though I have to wait until Sandman's over, and what's the other one? Winona Ryder. Well,
Stranger Things.
Yes. Yeah. But other than that, I'm good now.
And then I have it on good authority that I made up a lie that AEW is going to Tubi.
AEW? Okay.
Yes.
See, I heard somebody was going to CW. It's all confusing.
Yeah. It's interesting to see what's going to happen, how it's going to be. This will be the first time in history that WWE is not on like a regular over-the-air network, but I definitely think this is the beginning of a lot more sports. It's funny because a year ago, Netflix said that they're not looking to do live sporting events.
Right. They're doing wrestling, so they're not doing live sports.
Well, okay. Haha. But they are doing some tennis match in March live.
Okay.
And that was announced a couple weeks ago. And then the WWE deal. And I think what helped with that was the Chiefs playoff game the other day, last week, 2 weeks ago, that was on Peacock.
Yes, brought in a bunch of people we all should have boycotted, but nobody did.
Yeah. So I think that kind of helped. Now, obviously, there's the question of like what happens to the back catalog. Does that stay on Peacock? How long is the deal there for?
Right.
Allegedly, WWE's deal with USA is up in October.
And then I heard SmackDown was going to USA.
Yes. So SmackDown's going to USA. Raw's deal with USA is up in October. But then does Raw, there's just no Raw from October to January when it starts on Netflix, right?
Right. And as you're saying, any deal with wrestling, I consider a Raw deal. So.
There you go.
I don't know. It's all confusing to me because DJ was explaining it to the retailer.
Yes.
And I'm like, these are all questions that I don't need answers. I'm going to go look at these other comics over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But CW was the one that blew me away. I guess they got to get that Legends of Tomorrow audience back with wrestling.
Right. NXT is going to be on that one. That's the one with The Rock's terrible daughter. And
Rock has a daughter?
Oh, my God. She's real bad, too. It's awesome.
Wait a minute. Now, is this a shoot daughter or like...
It's a shoot daughter, yeah.
Like I'm a Giant was the son of Andre. I'm confused.
No, like, you know it's someone's daughter when they don't play up the fact that it's their daughter. When it is not their daughter, you could be their storyline daughter or son or whatever, right?
But don't they play it up with Charlotte?
That's a different situation. Yes.
So basically, anything can happen, is what.
Right. Well, listen, anything can happen in the World Wrestling Entertainment. They say.
Right, especially cartwheels. I hope.
Yes. And listen, this is the wrestling show now. So
it is.
As we record today, to pinpoint how old we all are. It was 40 years ago today when Hulkamania began.
Oh,
yes.
Good Terry, right? He saved.
No, that's bad. Terry.
That erases all bad.
Oh my! Well, race does have a lot to do with it. Yes,
I said erase.
Oh, okay.
Erase.
But this was 40 years ago today is when he beat Sheiky Baby, Madison Square Garden.
Oh, like was that a regular or was that a closed circuit TV deal?
No, I think it was just like it aired on the MSG network. This was this predated World Wrestling Entertainment doing closed circuit or anything else like that. You know,
right? Because was WrestleMania the first closed circuit by them, or was there ones before it?
Not by WWE. Well, actually, so WrestleMania a year later, March of '85. Is the first closed circuit and limited pay-per-view that they did. NWA had been doing closed circuit as early as like November of '83.
Okay.
WWE was still a little ways away from closed circuit.
And how far away are we from Hulk Hogan body slamming Andre the Giant, tearing every muscle in his back, and Andre dying the next day?
That was 1987. So
I just want my timeline right,
3 years is a long time, Todd.
It is.
So yeah, that's all I got. Madam Web fever is sweeping the nation. I went and got the web shaven to the back of my head today. I have to touch up my fade every couple days. My faded webs. The
only webs I know are the one Peter Parker uses. Is this a new thing or something?
No, well. Todd, you're aware of the upcoming hit film Madam Web, yes?
Oh yeah, yes. What is that? Is that Valentine's Day special right there?
It's the Valentine's. That's right. That's our date.
Massacre, whichever way you want to go.
Yes. The whole family's going, so we could triple the people who are going to see it that weekend.
Right.
Allegedly, but I'm getting like real. Like Batman '89 vibes from like the marketing push and the buzz and everything else that's around Madam Web.
When they have like a food deal, call me. I don't care about the cranberry juices or whatever. But like when they have like a Madam Web breakfast where it's like pancakes with chocolate webs on them, call me. Until then, fuck Madam Web.
Related but unrelated.
Right.
So the IHOP down here by me,
Right. Doesn't it have Wonka pancakes?
not only do they have Wonka pancakes, but they got yet another health code violation this week.
No. And I was like, I might have to stop down Joe's just to go get IHOP because it's been a while. Because I love one of the syrups. I can't remember which one it is. It's not the main one. It's not the blueberry. They have like a butternut.
A boysenberry?
No. It's.
Did you say butternut? What'd you say?
I think so, and it's amazing. But you can't buy it over the counter. So
I have the IHOP app on my phone. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Because the other day, my kid was like, I really want pancakes. And he didn't want the ones that my wife makes because he says that they're too hard.
Oh, no.
So he wanted soft pancakes. And this was before we knew that IHOP got dinged again for a local health care violation.
It's
right?
butter pecan syrup, by the way.
Butter pecan. There you go.
So good. It's pronounced pecan. Pecan is what you urinate in.
Yeah. A pecan?
Yeah. Did you ever hear that?
No.
Somebody says like you're uncouth. You say pecan. A pecan is a metal thing you piss in. But anyway,
I got to look up. There was more health code violation. My wife told me about it the other day.
Oh, then it's a reliable source.
It is. She's on the Facebook.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. Y'all do Facebook?
I've heard there's been some untruths on social media occasionally.
Oh my goodness. Look. Yeah.
But I need to come down and I was going to get IHOP. I was going to come down and get donuts. Let's see, what else did I come down your way to get? Hot dogs.
Right.
Trying to think of what else. There's pizza with the onions,
Yeah, I think they're okay.
Right.
I'm looking. I really want to know because there was like 2 pizza places around here, but not like any of the good ones.
Right.
That got dinged.
Okay. Everybody gets dinged now and then. They gotta make sure that job security.
So this is why. Have you ever there's a place off the square called DP Dough.
No, sounds dirty, but go ahead.
They just do like calzones, and their hours are like 4 p.m. until 4 a.m.
That's a good racket. I like that.
And my wife the other day was like, "Oh, I'm really in the mood for DP Dough," and I'm like, "All right, whatever."
All right.
And it just turned out that we ended up not getting it. Right?
She wanted it at 4:30 in the morning, so they were closed.
No. Now, see, okay. So she had mentioned because she's like, "Oh, good thing we didn't go there because they're on the list with a bunch of violations, right?"
Right.
But then she didn't mention that. So topping the list with 10 violations is the IHOP.
Okay.
The DP Dough only has 7 violations, but then the like in the same little complex there off the square. DP Dough shares the block unit or whatever with a Thai food place that's just called Thai.
Right.
They had 5 violations.
Oh, only half.
The Denny's that we went and got the Thing Burger had 2.
I think there was a violation when I had the Thing Burger.
Yeah. And then Norm's Pizza is the one that had a bunch as well.
I don't know any of these, and I've never heard of DP Dough. So
yeah,
I just looked it up. Looks delightful.
Yeah, it says 7 area establishments are out of compliance with health code violations.
They're too clean.
Yeah. That's all. I just thought it was funny because the IHOP, like that is like multiple times that IHOP has gotten.
Yeah, blocked. I remember driving by trying to stop in and it was closed.
Yeah,
I was like, oh boy, but I run the risk whenever they open back up. I'm a gambling man.
Mm-hmm. And the reason, I know I've told this story before. The Chinese food place that's by me. I still like to go there, but my wife refuses to go there because she swears one time that we had gotten food there, that at the bottom of like the fried rice was maggots.
Right.
But it looked to me just like white rice that like didn't get cooked all the way. But she was
there's some white rice got mixed in.
Yeah, she was insistent it was maggots, whatever, right? And then I know I've told this story before. When I worked, when I left my house to go to work, there was a Chinese place that I can go to. I can go the back way, get my food, and be back in time, and like still have time to eat on my lunch break.
Right.
And they got popped for a violation, so much so that they were closed down for a period of time. And they reopened under a different name. Same employees. They just had a different name on the building, right?
Right.
And the food definitely did taste different.
Right.
In that I think they like had to clean out like all their fryers and replace a bunch of stuff. And a lot of the stuff that gives a diner or an old-time non-chain restaurant like its flavor is those old things that they have that they cook the food in, you know?
No, I'm with you. There was a big fight when my grandmother passed away over her bread pans.
Yeah.
Because they were all like oil, like, you know what I mean? Like if you buy a new bread pan, it looks like metal. It's just like the gray color, where these had like that brown oil color from all the oil like over the years seeping into it. And that's what gives bread pans taste, man.
Right. When my grandmother on my dad's side passed away, she had this big giant like cast iron skillet that my dad gave to April, and we use all the time. And that thing is like judiciously 75 years old, and like nothing sticks to it. It cooks things like perfectly. It's fantastic, you know, and it's big too. It's not like, you know, you get like these skillets that are like, you can get like an 8-inch or a 10-inch. Like this is like a 20-inch.
This is a 2-burner skillet, right?
Yeah.
But that's the kind that Tom would try to hit Jerry with.
Yes, exactly.
I understand cartoon physics, so.
But that's it. Like I said, Madam Web, when I find out about any sort of food tie-ins, I'll definitely let you know, and we'll go and try, like, the Madam Web, like, whatever.
Right. I don't know. They're going to come up with some catchy thing. You know what I mean?
You would think it would be out by now, since the movie comes out in, like, 3 weeks.
Right. I can't believe we were that close to perfection, but...
Well, Madam Web movie food tie-ins. Let me look. Again, like I said, with the buzz around it, like Batman 89, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
You would have thought. Nah, nothing. No reviews yet. Obviously, nobody's got like a screener of it.
Right, or maybe they're under an embargo about how good it is. You know what I mean?
This would be, you know, this is we tell the joke a million times on here. This definitely feels like a movie that is going to escape.
Right, wasn't so much will be released as it does escape.
Oh, IMAX.
Right. Oh, I want to pay extra money to watch Madam Web. So you're definitely going the week of the opening? We'll have to see. I might accidentally have fallen down steps that day.
Oh. So, for spoiler folks, in regards to this, not spoilers about the movie, but if you have the Canadian-based streaming service Crave,
okay,
Madam Web is going to be on there. That's gonna be the streaming home of Madam Web.
That's not true.
It says Sony signed a long-term deal with Canadian-based streaming service Crave for their films to anything released after December 2023, following the film's theatrical and home media windows. Crave signed for the Pay One window streaming rights, which include starting with Madam Web.
Okay,
This off Wikipedia.
Now, is Crave like something you can't shut off that they put in your house?
I don't know. Like if you're forced to watch it, is what you're saying?
Yes, like you know how like you well, up until Netflix got wrestling, like you paid for Netflix. Crave seems like something that once it's on your TV, you can't turn it off or get away from. That sounds like punishment. That's all.
Crave.
Are you craving Madam Web? Why, yes, I am.
Right. It's like I said, it's Canadian based. It's like I said, obviously you need to have like a VPN or something. But it looks as though it's affiliated with like HBO, Showtime, and Stars. But only in Canada.
Right. So will we be able to get it here?
Well, if you have a VPN, which is like out of my technological know-how. It's like one of those things where it's like, well, I have Netflix, but let's just pick a movie, for example, and say Smokey and the Bandit, right?
Right.
Smokey and the Bandit isn't on American Netflix, but it's on Netherlands Netflix. Okay. Well, I just punch into my VPN and I trick Netflix that I'm not in the USA, that I'm in the Netherlands.
Right.
And then it changes what movies I can watch on Netflix.
Oh, I gotcha. I've heard of this before, yeah.
Yeah. So
I like to think when you watch Madam Web on Crave, you get some free poutine.
Oh, yes.
It's like it comes out of the TV somehow.
I have a feeling that the production values and quality of Madam Web are going to be akin to that of a Canadian-only television teen drama.
What? They're all classics.
All right. But you're okay? No issues with the shoveling?
Nope. There was a little bit of ice this morning, but then the rain came. Like where anything that wasn't treated, it was slick. But most of the stuff still has like salt or quick-cho residue. So it was about an hour or two of it being slippery in spots. But then after that, the rain washed it all away, so I was happy. So
good. I worry about you. I do.
I know. Don't worry. I worry about who's going to take this seat when I'm gone, Joe.
No one. Like I said, if you go for whatever reason, the show's over.
I don't know. I'm gonna give you a list of candidates that I want, to like you to try out, and then you can quit.
So this will be after you've passed on from this mortal coil.
Yes. Todd,
you know what? I'll absolutely do whatever your wishes are.
Good, and I'll be able to watch down and see that you do it.
Down?
Up, maybe.
Okay.
Do you know Mr. Forsette from the comic shop? Mr. Forsette, Tony Forsette. He's a good buddy. I always said there's a few people on this planet who make me laugh hard. And Tony is one of them. And he used to come up to me and he'd be like, he'd come into the shop in the middle of winter, and he was like me. He'd come in shorts, and it'd be like 8 degrees outside. I'd be like, Tony, you're in shorts. He goes, yeah, I don't mind it. I always tell people when I die, bury me in shorts because it's going to be hot where I'm going. And I use that to this day. I love that.
Oh, as long as you give Mr. Forsette his credit,
Oh, he's the best. He's done a few bits that I do, and I'm like, I always give him credit when I do them. So
good. So he's the one that we have to blame for you doing bits?
No, he's the one you should praise when I do my good bits.
Oh,
he's funny. He's my head writer.
As soon as you do it, I'll praise him.
I'll ring a bell.
As soon as you do a good bit, I'll let him know.
All right.
He finally got one. Mr. Forsette.
That one hurt. That one left scars, Joe.
I had to tell it 3 times before you picked up what I was putting down. So.
Oh no, I got it. I was just pulling a Joe and letting it lay there.
Oh, okay.
The classic maneuver of Joe, just like do. I didn't hear anything.
Well, listen, we've had this conversation before. When you're stumbling on something, am I supposed to help you?
No, I don't mean that. I just mean when I do a rock solid bit that is 100% funny and sell it, the fans know, Joe. The fans know.
Oh, I get all the emails about them too, Todd. You should see them.
Well, I told you I don't want to see the email. I want to, I don't want to be, led one way or the other in the show. I just like to do what I do and not listen to market research. So,
gotcha.
That's the way I am.
All right. Well, the market research says thank you very much for listening, everybody. Go sign up for the Patreon, patreon.com/longboxheroes. I don't want to spoil one of the amazing discoveries that we had on the most recent Patreon show, reviewing the Return of the Incredible Hulk, or the Incredible Hulk Returns, or whatever the hell it was called, right?
Right, yeah. We had problems with that, but go ahead.
But remember, I went and I told you I was going to post on that Lost Media Red edit?
Mm-hmm.
My post got flagged because it wasn't enough words.
Words?
Words. It says any new post must be at least 150 words. And it said, make sure that you expand on this and this and this and this. And I'm like, I did all those things. And then I copy and pasted the thing that I put up. And what I put up was 127 words.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, you know what? Fuck them. It'll just stay lost forever.
Oh.
Because when I posted up about the Rodney Dangerfield, Dave Coulier, Busch Gardens thing, that was maybe 40 words. But I guess they've kind of tightened their reins on that in the last couple of years.
Right, you got it in before they changed the rules.
I guess. But yeah, go sign up for the Patreon. You'll get this show early. You get previewing the past. You'll get the Comic Book Oddity show, which have been a lot of fun. Started off hot this year. If you remember, we started off hot last year with the Roger Corman Fantastic Four on that, and then I think we started off just as hot with the Hulk one. And it's all set up, and it's all, like I said, randomized. We spin the wheel, we let fate decide.
Right.
Well, next time we do that, I was informed that we have a glaring oversight on the wheel, but that'll be for another day.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Hey, thanks very much for listening. This was episode 480 of Longbox Heroes After Dark. And we'll see y'all here next week.
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks.